Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel again. I'm TGS, and tonight we're having a review. A review of this game over here, Terminator 2D, No Fate. I've been playing this game for the past, week, maybe? A little less than a week, to be honest. And I thought maybe the right thing to do is to make a review on this. And this is definitely going to be the last review of this year of 2025 before we move on to 2026. And my second to last video as a whole for this year. I intend to make another video tomorrow about the top 5 games that I spent quality time with for 2025. But before we move on with tonight's subject, maybe consider liking and subscribing. It helps this channel grow. If you like seeing video game stuff, video game content, and especially retro video games, here, this is the channel for you. So without further ado, let's move on with our review. So, ever since this rascal here was announced, or at least when we got a whiff of it, that it's coming out. It was somewhere around the time where we were trying to handle the whole debacle with the prices of video games going up, $80, $90 or euros, depending on which side of the planet you're on right now. But anyways, I had this back and forth conversation with a really good friend of mine, saying that basically we can't do this no more. We cannot afford $80, $90 games. I love Donkey Kong, but I can't spend that kind of money on that game. At least we cannot get the same amount of games that we used to get like maybe 5 to 6 years back. We go back to square one when we were kids, hoping for this one game. And my answer was, you know what? Our generation maybe can handle it. And he's like, what? What do you mean? Explain. I'm like, remember this one? This one was announced. I'm pretty sure at that point we had already Shinobi. We already knew about Shinobi, Art of Vengeance coming out. I'm like, you don't have to spend like $80, $90. Just pick one of them. Don't get all of them. And then try to get something like this. Or Shinobi or whatever. And Ninja Gaiden was coming out. And it seems like after all these months, I can safely say that I stand by my opinion that, if you can't stand the heat, these games having the prices that far up, then maybe this is your choice. And, if you're like me, you're probably going to be enjoying it. So, needless to say, Terminator 2 Judgment Day is hands down one of my top favorite movies. In my humble opinion, it's possibly the best action movie ever made. And as far as science fiction and action movies go, it's probably this one and Aliens. Which, correct me if I'm wrong, both are made by James Cameron. So, we're talking some serious shit over here. Like the second Terminator movie, it's easily like too many things to handle, actually. If you're a kid back in the day, that was the tits. Okay, that's one of the top iconic performances, most recognizable performances by Arnold Schwarzenegger, being like the T-800. Linda Hamilton, for me, hands down, along with Sigourney Weaver, are the queens of action. Don't get me with Hunger Games shit. Jennifer Lawrence would never, ever convince you, for an action queen or, an action, like a dynamic role, like for a strong, independent woman. No, forget about that. For me, Linda Hamilton and Sigourney Weaver is where it's at. It's like, you're probably gonna say, why, man? Why you say that? Like, because, they're from back in your day? No, because they're actually fucking convincing. That's why. Have you seen those women in those roles? Like, they're, Linda Hamilton was jacked. She was freaking scary. She had this intimidating look. That's more than enough. And then you had to act. Sorry I said that. I just had to say it. So, yeah, whatever. It's not just those performances. Like, don't get me started on Robert Patrick. Robert Patrick and Jack Nicholson are the single only two actors in my lifetime that scared the living daylights out of me, making me want to turn around and not face their gaze without them having to use any kind of makeup or whatever. One was Jack Nicholson, The Shining, and the other one was Robert Patrick as the T-1000. To be fair, the T-1000, first time I saw this, I was a kid. Well, The Shining, I was like older, and it still gave me the creeps, which says a lot because I feel like Jack Nicholson maybe is like, if not the most, one of my top favorite actors. Anyways, don't get me started on movie stuff because this is supposed to be a video game review. I'm just saying all this just to give you an idea of how important this movie was for us as kids. Because when we learned that video games were coming out, obviously we were gonna lose our shit. So if you go back in time, like where the 16-bit era was, not just relevant but prevalent, this is what we got. This is what we got. Like Terminator 2, like the arcade game, which was okay. To be fair, it was okay. And we got this motherfucker over here, which could absolutely traumatize you because it was that awful. And to be fair, again, I didn't own a Super Nintendo at the time, but I did get that game. Obviously, I have it right here, and I have this love and hate relationship with it because it kind of follows the movie, but it does everything wrong. I don't even need to get into that. You know what I do when I play this game? You know what I do? I usually tend to use these debug codes that were released later on, and I play through the game with the codes with the cheats on. That's what I do, just to see the ending or whatever. Absolutely horrible game. And this is what you don't do. You don't give big licenses to LJN because this is what you get. So when this came out, we had our chance 30 years after to get our blood back, to get our sweet revenge, to get something good. And you know what this turned out to be? It's really good. It's really good. I'll get down to it, and I'll explain full well how the game works. I'll try my best at least, and well, I hope I don't make a mess out of it. It's not like it's that complicated. This is, for the most part, a 2D action shooter game, but not whole of it. Like there's a stealth stage. There's also a beat 'em up stage where you play as a butt naked T-800 going into the corral bar, and there's actually hilarious details in the corral bar that you can see. You can see the waitress that's that you see straight from Arnold's eyes in the movie, in the beginning of the movie, that when she looks at him, she goes like, oh. You can see her dropping her serving platter on the floor just because he got shocked seeing a butt naked man of that kind of physique getting into this bar. Yeah, don't get me started on that because I tend to get lost on details a lot. So you have a beat 'em up stage, you have a stealth stage, and of course I'm talking about the main mode of the game, which is essentially the game. You have chase stages. Could be my top favorites of this game. The simplest kind of gameplay, but could be my favorite because they do exactly what you thought you would see as a kid in a supposed Terminator 2 video game. The music is all there and more, I think. There's some rocking tunes in some stages, the future stages. which is something that we all wanted. We all wanted to see what's going on in the future, more of the thing, just not just flashbacks or maybe the intro of Terminator 2 or the flashbacks that Kyle Reese had in the first movie. We wanted more of that, and you do get that in this game. So this is basically a 2D side-scroller shooter game with some variety thrown in for good measure. You can play as Sarah Connor, John Connor, and the T-800. And when you start the game, it's two modes that are already unlocked. I think it's just two. It's story mode and arcade mode. Those are basically almost the same, but in story mode, you do get extra plot regarding what happened in between the movies, in between the two first movies, after the events of the first Terminator and before the beginning of Terminator 2 Judgment Day, which basically shows you what happened to Sarah Connor and how she got arrested and submitted to Pescadero Hospital, which I thought was really nice that they did that. The sprites, the graphics of the game, 16-bit in 16-bit fashion, they look really nice, and the backgrounds look really detailed. You can recognize many things out from the movie. Like I said before, there's enough details. The corral bar, it's not just the waitress. It's like you can actually break a jukebox and you can change the music. I don't even have to say which are the musical soundtracks. You can go ahead and watch my first playthrough of that I did a few nights ago, or maybe play the game yourself to find out if you want. You'll be the judge of that after I finish my review. But yeah, the game controls really nice. The music, someone could say the music is the highlight of the whole experience, or at least boosts the experience and brings it up to a much higher level than it would be without it. And I most certainly like what they did with the story mode, because it has three alternate endings depending on the choices you make. Either reset the T-800's chip or not, or kill Miles Dyson or not. Choices that you don't get the first time you play the story mode, but when you do finish it once, then you have access to those choices and you can have the extra two alternate endings, which basically lets you unlock boss rush mode, if I remember correctly. And then if you beat that, you unlock Mother of the Future mode. If you beat the arcade mode, I think you unlock infinite mode. It was like that. Or if you beat Mother of the Future, which is all the missions as Sarah Connor in the game, just Sarah Connor, with no continues, and in a set time limit under 40 minutes. If you do that, then you unlock the ultimate difficulty in the game, which is Judgment Day, which is balls to the wall, because there's 4 difficulties. There is easy money, then you have no problemo, which is most of my gameplay so far. I tried a little bit of Hasta La Vista. Hasta La Vista is the third one. It's super hard. Okay, faster enemies, faster reaction, less continues. And then you have Judgment Day. With Judgment Day, is balls to the wall, do it once, not fail, no continues. No continues is also the arcade mode, but it cuts you some slack compared to Mother of the Future. And boss rush was exactly the way you imagine it. You play against all the bosses in the game, and the bosses are larger than life. All the bosses from the futuristic levels, those big machines, some Terminators, they remind me a little bit, and the futuristic stages do remind me, at both the gameplay and the bosses, they remind me a lot of Metal Slug. You do have a limited amount of pipe bombs. And you do have power-ups, futuristic spread gun, a laser beam that goes through the walls, and a heat-seeking weapon. It reminds me a lot of Metal Slug, and the music is amazing in futuristic levels. Incredible boss fights, of course, all in retro style. Recognize the patterns, react accordingly. Super fun to try and play again and again and again to you know sharpen your skills. Sorry, I just had to take a break to take a sip from my plantation rum. But anyways, uh, so it seems like this game has it all, right? As really good retro style graphics. I absolutely love the detail that they're thrown in there. Uh, the Easter egg and the chorale bar regarding the music, I absolutely loved it. Again, I get happy with very simple things, but I think that those have are also done the right way. The chase scenes, stages, the way they're done in this game, I absolutely love it. And I like the fact that it doesn't just stay confined. The game doesn't stay confined in the universe and in general what happens in strictly in the movie Terminator 2 Judgment Day. It goes into a parallel, gives you a parallel what is happening in the future and in 994 995 at the same time, which I thought it was pretty good. And gameplay is really really addictive. Uh, I really enjoyed every mode, and I enjoyed taking my sweet time unlocking those modes and playing better. So is this game perfect? No. None of the games I've played so far in my lifetime are perfect, but I absolutely love this game. What is its biggest issue? Well, I'm pretty sure other people have discussed this before, and I'll say it too here in this channel. Uh, Basically, what we get in this game is story mode. The arcade mode is a modified story mode again. Boss rush is all the boss fights. Yeah, it's done in a really nice way. It gives you a reason to try and compete with yourself because obviously I didn't pull it off. I didn't beat boss rush mode like on one attempt. Then you have Mother of the Future, which is like a very challenging mode, but just Sarah Connor's missions. Again, it's part of what you get in the story mode. So yeah, and the game is not that overly long. Like first time around, you'll probably be doing something like over an hour and 15 minutes. You can beat the game. Uh, and then, of course, you have to play it again to unlock the alternate endings. And as you play and you become better, that at least that's what happened to me. I wanted to play more of it. I wanted to sharpen my skills more. I wanted to try a harder difficulty, which I did, and I'm getting my ass handed to me right now in Hasta La Vista difficulty. But the game, when you start to getting too used to it, especially in the No Problema, which is like the casual difficulty, it has continues, it has save points, but yeah, those are limited, and you have to at least get good at it, and you can lose quite a few times if you're a casual player just like me. Uh, at some point, you get too good at it, and you can finish the game like something like half an hour, a little bit more than half an hour, to be honest. I've heard people saying that this game can be beat in under 20 minutes, but I won't argue with that. I won't try to argue with that because, just because I haven't done it so far, that doesn't mean it's not possible. But if someone has done it, it probably means he spent a little too much time with the game, which perfectly translates in my mind. I'm thinking, yeah, he got uh, every penny, every penny's worth of this game. If he spent so much time with it and got so good at it that he could actually or she could beat it in under 20 minutes, then he or she spent so much time, quality time with this game, that now it's worth every penny that he or she spent. If you know what I mean. Uh, yeah, my guess is whatever. Even if it's not 20 minutes and it's 40. Again, It's a short game. It's a game that's been very well put together, though. It's very, very polished. But if you're not the kind of person that would spend $30, because this is the actual price of the game, forget this one. This is day one edition that even has some really nice stuff, especially the banner that's in there and the manual, which is almost an art book because of its size. That's why I say that. I have a flag that's basically the cover of this game, which looks absolutely amazing, and I put it right there in my library. But yeah, I spent 40. I didn't because a friend of mine did for me. But that's a story maybe for another video. Uh, its actual price is $30. I don't really think it's not worth it. I absolutely love this game. I think this is the way a big license name is supposed to be handled. I'm looking at you, motherfucker. I'm looking at this guy over here. So yeah. But if you want your first playthrough of a game to be, I don't know, 3 hours long, maybe a little more, I'm pretty sure Shinobi Art of Vengeance is a way longer game than this one. I haven't beat it yet. My guess is, yeah, it's somewhere around 3 hours. Maybe it's even more. Who knows? I don't know how far I've gotten with this one. Maybe, your pick should be Shinobi Art of Vengeance, which is a lengthier game than this one, and it's also a retro style video game. So if you're into, and it costs the exact same amount of money. So yeah, my guess is that if you're not into that, maybe you should pick Shinobi Art of Vengeance, for instance, or Ninja Gaiden. I don't know. I think Ninja Gaiden is also longer. Haven't really tried it. Yeah, but if you really, really enjoyed Terminator 2 Judgment Day, you will love this game. You will absolutely love it. I'm not done with the game. The clock on the PS5 says 16 hours already. I'm not done with the game. I'm trying to perfect my skills to go through Hasta La Vista mode, then maybe Judgment Day. Because I beat the Mother of the Future. If you beat the Mother of the Future mode, then you unlock Judgment Day. I unlock Judgment Day. I intend to play that difficult too at some point. I don't know if I'll be able to beat it ever. But if I do, you will be the first to see it. You will be the first to witness it because it's balls to the walls. Like, it's super hard. And I absolutely love that. So its replayability stems from you sharpening your skills and going back at it again and again and again. But you'll find yourself enjoying the whole experience while redoing it, while getting better at it. Or at least that's me. Because that's the kind of games I grew up with. I played Super Castlevania for a bazillion times. I can still go back at it. I replayed, I don't know how many times now, Super Metroid. I will still go back at it. Dude, I replayed and finished Super Ghost and Goblins far too many times. I'll still go back and beat it. I love these games. And my enjoyment comes out more when I repeat them and when I find out that I absolutely enjoy them again, even if they are like 40 minutes long or something. And the same goes with this one. I'll go back at it again. I'm not done with it. I haven't had enough. I absolutely love it. Whatever we get in this, it's absolutely solid. But yeah, if you're not the kind of person that would like to spend like $30 on a game that, after a good couple of playthroughs, you'll be done with it like in under 40 minutes. Yeah, I get it. I get it. If you're not that kind of person that really wants to see the other modes, I get it. But whatever we get in this little thing over here is absolutely solid, and it's handled the right way. Music is there straight from the movie. Likeness of the characters, for the most part, Arnold denied his likeness being in the game, which I don't really know why he would do that. But Robert Patrick is there. Linda Hamilton is there. Even John Connor, like the future John Connor, not just Eddie Furlong, is there. So, wow, incredible game, albeit a short one, but you will enjoy playing it and trying to get better at it and unlocking the other modes. Like if you want to try it, if you think it's not worth like the price tag of 30, maybe you want to wait it a little bit, wait it out a little bit until they bring out some kind of offer, lower the price a little bit. I think that could happen. Why not? But Bitmap Euro, that's their name, right? Wow, they did a great job. And this is, again, how you handle a big license name. Got it? Got it, mother trucker? So, that's all for now. Tomorrow I'll be making a video of my top 5 games I spent quality time with for 2025. Hopefully, I'll be able to do that tomorrow. You know, that's all. If you stuck around long enough to reach this point of the video, again, press like and subscribe. It helps this channel grow. And as for me, I'll see you next time. But if I don't, have a happy new year. I wish you happiness. I wish you health. I wish you wealth. I wish you the best. And see you later. Bye.